We're going to keep this video to a very, very simple video. It's crazy that I have a channel that I'm trying to explain to those who come to Mr. Tacpans about how numbers, etc., and letters and vibrations all work together. Now I'm going to bring this on. This video is going to be more about the understanding of gambling and roulette from my point of view, and the point of view of where I got my point of view is from reading and watching, listening, results, TV, etc., from everything out there. And the thing about gambling is, you ever hear of Lady Luck? It was a lucky day, it was an unlucky day. Does anybody win all the time? Does anybody win all the time without cheating? What is cheating? Cheating is, if you're at a racetrack, you stop 8 horses of 9 from running, you only let 1 run. So you talk to all the jockeys, you talk to all the owners, you talk to all the trainers, and you find out a way to get into that one race to make it perfect. Okay? When you're perfectly gambling, okay, it only means you can use what is not the odds, but what is odd is that how come nobody wins all the time? What is odd is, why do they say player fatigue when I only made a mistake? Because the player fatigue and the mistake is the reason what should have been, where you should have been at home, where you should have been somewhere else. No, you were too busy playing roulette. Too busy playing roulette. You sat there 5 hours. Of course, when do you stop? How far does the mountain have to go down before it stops? It's rare, or the night ends when it's going up. It should happen more often or not, unless you're using a technique that I've seen before where you can measure the speed of the ball, the bounce of the ball, the wheel, the this, the that, and the other thing. But I'm talking in global manner. I'm not talking just for one person. Everybody knows the way the casinos work, even if you play at home for fun. So what you have to do, and what I believe you should do, is that fatigue level begins between anywhere from the first 90 minutes, after the first 90 minutes, and all the way up to the 3.5 hours. Okay, so that's where you have to be really, really, really watching yourself. And it's also about that feeling inside. When you let me explain something. If you create the right vibration, okay, whichever decibels you want to talk about, the glass is going to crack. When you're sitting and watching a game, you're in flow, you're in motion, okay, with the concept of the game, with the odds of the game, with what's going on at the present moment, what has just gone on, and what is the flow of the shoe if you're playing blackjack, or how the players are playing. When a roulette wheel goes around, the croupier who's spinning the ball, how consistent, how often does the ball move, how far does the ball move? How much should I wager? How much should I wager? How do I know how much? And if I take a loss, how much do I wager? How many numbers should I be taking in roulette? Well, if you want to get paid off and lucky more often than not, right, you choose up to how many times can you lose over the win percentage. And that win percentage is, on an average of an unlucky and lucky day, is 36 chips for 1. That means every 37 rolls, you're guaranteed to lose 1 chip. Every 37 rolls, you're guaranteed to lose 1 chip on average. Now, in bad luck, you'll probably lose 3 or 4 every 36. Since it takes almost 2 minutes a roll, 30 rolls in an hour, in a place of 4 hours, at 30 rolls an hour, or 120 rolls, which is divided by 3, so you should lose between 3 and 4 chips if you're playing all the numbers, right? I mean, if you're playing 36 of 37 numbers. If you're playing 37 of 37 numbers, okay, you're going to lose one chip on every roll. So the most you can lose by playing all the numbers, if there were 30 rolls in an hour, would be 30 rolls in an hour is $30. It's an automatic loss. If you play 36 of the numbers, on an average between 30 rolls, okay, out of 37 numbers, you should lose about one chip. I'm just trying to show you the real basic of everything. Okay, in the next video, I'll bring up something else. Now, if you play 35 numbers, 34 numbers, 33, how about knowing that the croupier is rolling in this section here, in this section here, in this section here? So now you only play 18 of the numbers. So now, if you know half the time it ends up on this side, and half the time it ends up on that side, out of 30 rolls, it'd be 15 losses of 18. 18 times 15 is 45, 150, 195. Is that what it is? Let me figure this again. A 10 by 15 is 150, or 20 by 15 is 300. Then take away 30 is 270. Is that what it is? Wow, 3/4 of the year. So you'll lose 18 chips 15 times, or $370. Now, if you're winning 35 to 1 every second time, after winning 5 times, right? After winning 5 times, remember you put 18 chips. So every time you win 2 to 1. So if you win 7 times, I'm just going to show you this one number thing before I end this video and show you something a little bit different in my next video. Okay, and this is where the cost of, if you go and have 30 rolls in 1 hour, okay, at 18 chips bet is $540. 15 spins, 180. Another 15 spins, it'll still cost you another 180 for both of them. But in the 15 wins, you'll collect 525 plus each of the chips, equals to a total of 540. 30 rolls at 18 chips is 540, you broke even. So now, if you know, in your knowledge, you know where the ball is going to fall, whether 20 to 30 to 40% more. At 30% more on average, if you know at 18 and 18, your win is 6, plus the total number of chips bet, equals to a total of 108. But now if you know where the ball's going to fall, basically, because the dealer is consistent and you're following the vibration of the game, and a 50-50 chance and 15 wins and 15 losses, but now since you know how close the dealer is to the number, you now only have to bet 10 chips instead of 18. Since the payout is 35 to 1, on the same exact number, and you know it's going to be the saving of the number of chips. So your 30 rolls is costing you 300, and your 50-50, 15 wins, 15 losses gives you 540 for a total of $240. How long can your mind follow the rolls and also understand the black and the red? You can play 2 games in 1 if you choose. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. It's all money management. You can also have the martingale, I think it's martingale system. Now if you use the martingale system in this, it all changes, because once you have the knowledge for where the ball is going to fall, because the croupier is semi-perfect, you can now just stay in that section. You want to walk into a board that's in the section. You don't want to start following or chasing it around, because then you're completely against it. In the martingale system, this 15 wins, instead of being 240, will now be 480. Not because you'll win more rolls, but you'll have doubled up to compensate for your loss. Doubling this number by half its amount, 22.5. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.